Broadcast.
Hello, CJ.
Hey, mate, how are you, JB?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Oh, yeah, not bad. What day is it? It is a
Yeah,
Monday.
it's a bit like that. Brother.
Yeah, I know. It's a nice weekend, though.
Yeah, we had a bit of the good weather and a bit of the bad weather.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, though, mate. It was kind of, it was Friday didn't start off real well, did it? But then it come good. I mean, top weather today and like yesterday. Oh, beautiful, so... But Sunday, that's right. It wasn't real that good because it was raining, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. While we're here, CJ, we might just before we introduce our guests, we'll just give a quick acknowledgement of the country. You want to head that off?
Yep, definitely. Look, I'd like to acknowledge our traditional owners, especially the lands that we're meeting on today. And for those of you listening in, I hope your place is safe and we're all looking after each other. So also to our respected elders as well in those communities, sending our love and respect from us here, me and JB, down the Gold Coast on Bunjalung and Yunganbear country. I've got to pay my respects to the mob up in my mob up in the North Queensland, the Indingi and Mamu people. Having some difficult times up there, I suppose, and I hope they're all safe and well. That's the main thing. But yeah, pay my respects to my group. And JB, you want to have a shout out to your mob down there? And
yeah, just a shout out to Money people, my mob, and also everyone else around the countryside listening in. And let's have a nice yarn. And we're going to bring our special guest in, and I'll let you introduce him, brother. So,
all right, okay,
bring him in now. So, here we go. Hopefully we got him.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, but we can't.
You can't see me?
Brother.
Now I can see you.
Okay. Oh.
We lost you.
I did the wrong thing. There we go. I was pressing the wrong button. Yeah, my name's Chong. I'm a doctor, a medical doctor, and I specialise in mental health. I shout out to my people, Walkman people and Kunjin people in Kawanyama, and also my mum's people, Mullanjali and Wanjabara and Princeton.
Nice to have you on, Dr. B, how are you, mate? Good?
Not too bad, thank you, yeah. Feeling well.
Have you met Jack before, JB?
No, I've seen his face before.
Yeah, I've seen yours too, brother. Nice to finally meet you. How are you, brother?
Not too bad. I like the photo behind you, the painting. That's deadly.
Not bad, isn't it? Not bad. Now, brother, whereabouts are you at the moment?
I'm in a place called Mount Marrow out near on the other side of the Ipswich.
Yeah. Your
internet's all the best there, brother.
Yeah, your internet's probably playing up a little bit, mate.
Yeah, it gets like that when it's a bit moisture. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
that's all right. We'll get through it.
Time of the day, everyone's on the web at the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, probably all my kids on the web. That's a problem.
Knock it off, you kids.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing at the moment, brother, with some of the work that you're doing.
Okay, then. Well, gee whiz, 3 days a week I work with Queensland Health. I'm a senior psychiatry registrar. I work at NAR, the Centre of Excellence in Indigenous Primary Healthcare, with Professor Noel Heyman out in the Nala.
Oh, yeah,
and then on Thursdays I go down to New South Wales, down to a little community down there in Ballina.
Oh, yeah.
And on Thursdays, I'll be probably doing shopping with people Mullangu up in Reba.
Geez, you're getting around, brother.
Yeah, and just doing a little thing at the moment out near Moona, just trying to get healing back by using traditional methods out near Boona way with the Yugurapal people.
Yeah, nice. We've actually held a couple of camps out there at Boona a few years ago. So, yeah, really nice place. We had over like 70, 80 lads come from all over Australia and we're out there at Boona. So, yeah, good spot, brother. Gets a little bit cold, though.
It's beautiful. It's colder, right? It's cold now.
Yeah.
This time of the year, mate, you can keep your camp out at Boona. I'm quite happy with it. Unless you've got a nice
All you need is
fire.
a big fire.
Yeah. As long as you've got a nice
All you
fire.
need is a big fire.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's
mate.
right.
Yeah. That's what those fires are for.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if the mob can survive out there in the years gone by, mate, I reckon we could probably give it a crack.
Yeah.
Mate?
Yeah, we've got a couple of people on here. CJ, want to say shout out to Chrissy Lee. How are you, brother? He said, hey, brothers, happy Monday, I think it was. We've got David, Eric Sutton. G'day, everyone. Hope everyone is well.
Hey, Dave.
We've got Jan again signing in from over in Wales. So she's a long distance supporter. What else we got there? Yeah, so we've got a few people saying g'day, and so
we've got a few people watching on. Blake Fagan, remember Blake from up in Mount Isa? They're also looking on as Lee Lyons, Hagan Lee, and David Carter from Brisbane as well. So yeah, Dr. Derek. Yeah, so heap of people watching on, mate. So it's good. Some might know you as well, but. Yeah, no, that's good. But listen, now you talked about kids. How many kids have you got?
I've only got a few. I've got 8 children, 6 girls and 2 boys, and 7 grandchildren.
Oh, big mob, that Chong mob, I tell you.
Good work, brother.
Oh, dear me. So, yeah, mate.
What ages are they, brother?
My oldest is 13, my youngest is 11. So, yeah, I had them. My wife and I had them in 2 batches. The first 4 when I was before I started studying, and then the next 4 came when I was studying.
Yeah. And wow, that would have been
no TV there, right?
So was that? What was that? Sorry.
What's that, Jack?
I missed that, Jack. Who needs it? Who needs it?
That's what I'm saying, brother.
Yeah. So when you were studying, mate, so that's all done now? You've completed your studies, or?
Well, I'm just waiting for one last exam with the College of Psychiatry, but because of COVID, it's kind of pushed things out till next year, so I have to wait another year.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. And, I guess as time goes by, mate, you've also probably incorporated a lot of traditional types of, learning as well in the space you're working in.
Yeah. Traditional as in our own cultural ways you talk about, Charlie?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we talk about it quite a bit every time we catch up, I suppose, and some of the things we do. But, I know that, some of the stuff you talk about around culture, for instance, I'd be interested to hear what you think about that and how that can affect our health in terms of, our spiritual and well-being.
Education is fascinating because they follow a model that if they tell you something, then once you know it, you can automatically put it into your lives. And we know that's not the case. Other than being many kilograms lighter. Being an expert in medicine, but change doesn't occur. Education really doesn't occur until we're able to what I call as a corrective emotional experience. So when you know this is what you need to do, when there's that internal motivator inside of you, that's when you need to start moving. And most of our Indigenous people, we recognise that we have a purpose in this life. We understand or we believe that we're eternal spirits, and this life is a testing ground. The Māori people used to say to me, white people will get it one day, understanding what life's about. And the old people used to always talk about them in Indigenous that they learning the long way about things. And, some of the things that I guess was to my grandparents, you think, well, how can they say that when they've taken all control of their lives? But our old people are free. Our old people, they could not control their ideals in the way that they learned things, in the way that they knew things. And
Hey, brother, can we just get you to log out and log back in, please, brother? Because we're just having a little bit of trouble with the internet there. If you could do that, that'd be fantastic, because it's really fascinating what you're talking about, and I want people to actually hear it. So, if you could, that'd be fantastic.
I'll get close to the wireless internet. I should plug in, right? Maybe. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
All right, thanks, brother. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well, I was getting
really, really interesting stuff, CJ. And I
just
look, if we can hear it properly, I think it'd be a lot better for everyone. So
let's get
hopefully we can get him back on and have those yarns, because seriously interesting stuff. So
So
a couple of other people there, CJ. We've got Lee Lyons. Hello there.
Hey,
g'day, Lee. We've got Rossi Bullman down in Melbourne. G'day, Ross. Thanks for joining. We've got Harold there.
Harold Fat Nana. Yeah, Fat Nana. Yeah.
How are you, Harold?
Yeah, and good little mate of mine, Zane Hendricks. He's down at, I think you're down in Canberra, Zane, just watching on as well. So,
g'day, Zane. How are you, brother?
and good morning to Jan as well from over there in Wales.
Well, tell us a little bit about that cake that you cooked up today.
Well, I had she's on now. I've had my first go. She's putting the pressure on us, mate. Like I've actually tried. I attempted a sponge cake. Okay, so I've had a go at it. Tastes like a sponge cake. It's only about this thick, about that thick. I'm thinking, hold on, what's going on there? Oh, there it is, about that thick. I'll go and get it in a minute, but it tastes beautiful. I'm going to have another crack at it sometime this week and finish it off. I might just make 2 of these things, because you know how sometimes you have layers, I guess. So I think I'm going to have to do 2. But my problem is I've only got one of those trays, one of those things. Just wait a minute, I'll go and grab it.
You go and grab it, brother, and we'll just talk a little bit about what's been happening in the world, I suppose. So yeah, I'll wait for CJ and Derek to get back. But yeah, look, interesting times again, with all the stuff that's happening, and it's just great, like I see another Black Lives Matter rally over in WA, and what a success it was. So congratulations to all the mob over there for for being able to have their say and get it through so well, so really well done.
Just stay safe, people. That's all, just make sure
absolutely
you're doing the right thing in terms of your hygiene and all of that stuff. That social distancing, if you can. Sometimes it's a bit difficult when you're in a big group like that, but you just got to have faith and, I suppose, trust in the person next to you, I guess. Where are you, Jan? Is she on there?
Jan's there. She said love it. And we've got Belinda Sutton said hello. So hello, Belinda.
Mate, can I do it in the right way?
Yeah, that's all right, brother.
Oh, mate, that was nice. That's my attempt at a sponge cake, mate.
I see you've had a fair chunk out of that too, brother.
Well, yeah, when you get started, you can't sort of stop, especially when they're this delicious.
that sort of proves it, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, and so no, it's good. I've got to make another one of those to sit on top, and I'll donate that one somewhere. I think maybe downstairs. Might even be down for a coffee tomorrow morning.
To the Bullman residence, I reckon.
So yeah, I've had a go at it. So I'm going to go have another go at it. I think there's so many different recipes though, Jack. It's just crazy. Oh.
What? Well, you've put the acid on me now, so I've got to have to come back as well. And
Yeah.
probably make one as well.
Yeah, you know, some that have butter, some that don't have butter. Then you've got things that have like self-rising flour, and then you've got others that have self-rising flour, and also corn flour. It's,
Now, Jan's got a comment on this, brother. It looks like my cakes, lol. Tin probably too big. The loaf tin is my friend.
yeah, probably.
A bit of a tip for you, brother.
Yeah, I know. I probably need to get a smaller one. I think it's this is a 20 centimeter tin.
Too big.
Yeah, too big. Yeah, so I will make another one, and might make lamingtons out of this one, I reckon.
Oh, look here. Hey?
You know, you can use that. Yeah, I can use it as lamingtons. Yeah.
All right, we've got him back. So let's
That is good.
back on straight away and continue in on what he was telling us. Thanks, brother.
How's that, mate?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, let's hope so. Because it was really interesting what you were saying, brother. So I'd really love to hear what you've got to say. So, and I think so would everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying about education. You know, every black fella's been talking about education and that they never met their goals in the school, and you know they hated school. And one of this is because one thing we didn't know about it's actually the education system. When you looked at Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, the Dreamtime stories had more information than a lot of the encyclopedias in them, and they're starting to realise that having a identity and when we talk about our Dreamtime stories, and we look at land is a trigger to actually getting knowledge that goes deeper and deeper. So just from our own country, when the country you can bring back so much knowledge about how to build a country and how the system works, how we related to the country, and they're starting to realise that our stories are not just little myths or fables like they had. But what I was saying is one of the education problems that if they tell you information, they expect you to know it. And we know that, you know, I could hear information, but it doesn't mean I can apply it in my life. Otherwise, I'll be 20 kilograms lighter. Until we have what I call a corrective emotional experience, then we can actually apply it in our lives. And I was saying about, you know, the old people always looked at, I'm not saying, I believe that there are a lot of white people that understand where I'm coming from. But I think I call it Western culture. Western culture is an industrial culture. So industrial culture, they see everyone as an object or of a GDP, if you could say, product, and that they don't see the inherent value in one person. They see them as a collective in an industrial estate, if you could say that. And the education system reflects that. If you went to one part of the top in the office, and if you got an EU, you know, swept the floors. And that system actually separates people to think that gets an A is better than someone gets an E, which is totally ludicrous because we all have our own talents and abilities. And if you look at the way Indigenous structure was, that we actually, every knowledge produced a whole being, and it allowed for everyone to survive and everyone to have equal wealth. So when it comes to our Indigenous knowledge, I think that we have, like the elders said, we have something to them that they are going a long way of things to actually realise life's all about. Kind of like in a nutshell.
Not having much luck here.
Yeah, sorry. Yep.
Just sort of breaking up a bit, brother. I mean, just when we're like a really interesting stuff, but just breaking up a little bit there, brother. So.
Sorry.
It must be
the way all the kids are making.
Get them kids off that PlayStation.
You can hear us okay, but
yeah, I can hear you guys really loud and clear.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just breaking up a little bit. That's all. And
But and really interesting stuff, brother. So we're really looking forward to hearing it. So yeah.
So I continue.
Yeah, mate.
Maybe I'll get on the lap.
Continue on, brother.
Because at one part there, you
Okay, so
a bit of a roll, and it was really good. Then it started to break up a bit. I'm not sure where, how that, why that is. Yeah.
my wife tried to ring me during our conversation. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, that's good what you're doing there. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I was just saying that education, we need to go back to, back into the environment that allows education to take place. Norway is actually hit the nail on the head because their fellows only have school 3 hours a day and they have no homework. And Norway leads the world in education, as in the amount of the knowledge that their children have. And because we're locking kids in classrooms and making these artificial places, trying to make them educational. And all we're trying to do is trying to put kids into, into square boxes, and we're not allowing them to actually explore the world themselves. We're forcing things down that they don't need. And I think that's why Norway's going ahead with it. Over in India, there was a gentleman noticed the kids in the slum, and he thought, what's the educational prospects for these kids? They're working just to survive, probably supporting, sick parents at home or just supporting themselves. So he decided, what would these kids do if they had a computer, and how would they navigate? How can they learn by themselves? So he set up a computer in a wall and then filmed it and watched it. And within an hour, the kids are on the internet, on Google, and they're searching things on Google. And he thought, I'll check out to find out what these kids are searching. And the kids weren't searching for games or entertainment. Kids searching for things that would help them in the world that they were living in. They were searching on how to, become better in selling things or making things. And by lunchtime that day, they had 1,000 kids around the computer. And he wondered, how are these kids working this? Is it like the first one get in and all the others just got to wait their turn? And then what he noticed, that the kids were working together. So one kid right at the back might ask a question. It was sent to the kid in the front, and he typed in, and then he'd feed the message back. So all the kids were learning the questions at the same time. So they were not just one person's experience learning, everyone learned it exactly about what they're doing. So he published a paper, and the Indian government gave him funding to actually educate the children that were in the slums. Now, there was a guy over in Mexico who noticed this study, and his children were in a poor Mexican town. So it was poor farmers and drug cartels. So these kids would go to school seeing, dead bodies on the way to school. And these kids were ranked, they had a similar like NAPLAN testing, and they were ranked in the bottom class compared to the other Mexican schools. So he decided to do this experiment like the Indian gentleman did over in the slums. And he went over and got some computers, and secondhand computers from America, brought them back. And then after he'd done the curriculum, then he allowed them to search for anything that they wanted. And then they could come back and tell their classmates what they'd learnt. By the end of the year, when they did the NAPLAN testing again, all of the children were in the above average. And there was 3 kids, 5%, and one of the girls in his class was the smartest kid in the country, just because he changed the way that they were educated. And sometimes they throw millions and millions of dollars into our education system, and we're not asking the real question, what do our kids want to learn?
Yeah. Unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, that's, that's amazing, isn't it? Unbelievable. Yeah.
It is. Well, you think about it. When we grew up, I spent most of the time in the bush, catching yabbies, and as long as I did my chores in the morning and I was back for night time, my learning ground was out bush, and I asked questions about that. So I'd look for books and things, or ask the elders about how they catch, grey bob and what meat do they use and what's the best. You learn that information because you want to know it, but you can't force someone to learn something.
Yeah, kind of. You had a practical use. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff that you learn out there. Yeah, that's right. And it's more relevant to what you're doing in life, really.
100%. Yeah.
And so our education churns people out, and if you don't fit the model, then our kids think they're dumb. And that's a big problem because our kids are very smart. I think I said to you, Charlie, that, anybody that's traumatized or stressed are represented in 4 groups. First is the prison population. Next is drug and alcohol rehab. Third is mental health hospital. And the fourth is successful CEO, businessman, you name it. When we're traumatized, it actually increases our potential. And so those whole 4 groups have increased the potential, but it depends on where you focus your attention. I mentioned the first 3 groups, but eventually they become successful. Our people are overrepresented in sport, but we got the hardest things. I remember trying, for friends, mum would trace money, save money to get boots to play. They're the best sportsmen. When black play football, know where each other is at because usually about 18 steps in July, he's going to do this way. That's because of increase our attention. Instead of dwelling on trauma, if we dwell on the energy that the trauma creates, we can get some great gains for people. I'm tired of waiting for government. The government allowed us to be a generations of putting our hand out because they always said we've got to only what they give us. And I think now is the time for us to start standing up and educating our own children, not waiting for the education department to educate them. Take them out bush, get them to start learning things, get them to question things. And guess what? We just got a mobile phone there. We can look up those questions ourselves and or look at to find that information and share it with each other. I think too many times I've made that we aren't anything they push. And unfortunately, you've seen that in meetings with government officials, they expect us to be thankful for the knowledge that they've given us or helping us when the knowledge really should come from us to change things.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying too, bro, is so important and so right. I mean, that whole thing about the hand out versus the hand up. I mean, that's what from our work around the countryside, our fellas and girls are asking for is that hand up rather than the hand out. And that's exactly what you're talking about there, brother. So yeah, look, it's so important to our mobbers to be able to start to get rid of that welfare mentality. And it's not about that handout. It's about being able to work together to utilize resources that are already there, So.
Yeah, and I think we've been talking a little bit about this, that a lot of times there's the solution is really in the community. It's about changing the paradigm around, knowing what's best for us and having to listen to community to tell government, this is what we want, and this is the best way we can do things.
And I know the head community knows what the answer is, but our community has to be united first. And until we get going back to the Indigenous governance of unanimous decisions and actually sitting around together, and that we all have the best interest of our children at heart, and also reconnecting with our elders. And when I say reconnecting with the elders, one of the things that we learn what our purpose is in this life, each and every one of us need to find out our genealogy and find out what our elders have gone through, And you could be blonde hair, blue eyes, and people be saying, you don't look Aboriginal, But when you go back and get your genealogy, there's someone there that you really relate to. And them elders, you might be the only representation of that Indigenous group to give them voice. And so if you really understand how we are eternal spirits, our spirits gone before us, pave the way and never leave us. But we've got to ask the right questions, and we've got to be still and listen. If we think we know it all by ourselves, then you never learn the answers. You need
100%.
to sometimes go back in country or find the peace quiet. You might even go fishing and start thinking about the things that your elders have said to you, the things that they did, the things that, and you might understand the things that they did until you actually start thinking about it. And then the answers come. You know the answers come. You know it's not from yourself. And the answer comes, and it's like a revelation to say, wow, I never thought that before. And I might go talk to someone else about that, and you find that there's so much knowledge or so much truth in that answer that you've been given.
Yeah.
So I advocate for people going bush around a campfire and telling stories and listening and being connected to what's around. And when you're connected, it allows you to learn.
And brother, that's that whole transfer of knowledge, isn't it? I mean, because the transfer of knowledge doesn't happen one way, and it continually happens back and forth across ways and whatever way it goes to. And that's the beauty of being able to have those campfires and sit down and have those yarns and the storytelling. It's that transfer of knowledge that if we don't get that out there, then we start to lose the culture, you know. So look, I agree with you, spot on, brother. I mean, I think the work that you're doing is so important to our mobs right around Australia. So
I mean, Derek, you're reminded of that little quote that I read some time ago. Now I understand what it means, and the quote was, "If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room." You know what I mean? So you need to be in the one where you're learning. That's what.
And I think too, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, we never stop learning. I mean, and we never stop healing either. So, you know, like if you run into a person that says he doesn't need to learn anymore, he doesn't need to heal anymore, you run as fast as you can because, you know, you're in the wrong spot then too as well. So, yeah,
definitely, yeah.
When I was working in the Mantry treatment centre, we had 3 incidents in 2 years, I think it was, the level in public for 3 months. And I think one white fella that's ever been in the books was all people that were locked up. And every time I asked them, I said, "Do you drink on land?" They go, "No, we would come to the city, you know," and some of them might be come with their mining mates. And they pick up the blood, and then all the mine mates go home, and he gets locked for 3 months. And I always used to think, well, treatment centres and places, why aren't the treatment centres back in communities? So they're still in their community, not drinking your own to, listen to the start out what's coming in a couple of weeks. Many times the behaviours that we don't understand it, and they vilify us as being, you know, drunk, angry, you know, watch out for him, you know. And the other thing is, you know, the general population think their homes are the most vulnerable places on earth. And they used to tell me, well, actually, it's when we go to education facilities, that's when we become violent, when we become stressed every day, and that's where we feel like we don't belong. Back in our home and back in our communities, we belong, and we have a role, and we have a specific.
Yeah.
Duties.
Yeah, just got a couple more people we just need to say good day to. Ross Ballman reckons, CJ, where's the cream and the jam and another layer?
Yeah.
Talking about my sponge cake, Derek. Yeah. I had an attempt at a sponge cake. One of these I've never done before in my life. It's bake a cake. So I gave it a go, and I've only just made the one layer, if you like. So I'll crack on, mate, and I'll get one done for Monday. So.
All right. So there's your answer, Oscar. We've got Darren Conlon watching. G'day, Darren.
Hey, Darren.
We've got Jan Hogan said, getting the gist of it, don't worry. So, yeah. And then she got another comment there, Charlie. And
yeah,
you can read that out if you like.
Yeah, she said, Jan said, so true, child-centered environment approach works. How I first learned to teach in the 80s. Children were not empty vessels to be filled. Start from their interest experiences. They don't leave their culture and experiences at the classroom door. But the government in the UK put in the American curriculum system, so it was a disaster, she says, which is, I think, interesting stuff. I really didn't realise that, Jen. Thank you for that. But yeah, so true. Some of the comments you made, in particular to Derek's, observations and learning. So Mark Williams said we definitely learn differently. I noticed with his kid. Julie Darby said, "Hello, my brother Derek." So Julie.
Hi, Julie. Deadly.
Mark Williams said we have the knowledge to give. John Riley's watching. John says, "Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I was busy in the orchard up in Hopevale. Those blokes are."
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick Wayne's watching us as well. He says, "Hey, you fellas, when the student is ready the teacher will come." Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
deadly.
And Julie just says, "Hello, my brother, sending special healing your way." So,
thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
And we've got Tanya Munn watching as well. G'day, Tanya. Look, really good. I mean, and really love listening to what you've got to say, brother. I mean, it's so important and like so vital for the future of our communities too. So yeah. Good on you.
And I think also Derek and JB that kind of experience and that learning process. It's not just for our kids. It's for all kids really. It's for I think that's the best way. And I think that playtime, is always good. They're always learning, especially that, testing the waters, if you like, trying new things and meeting new kids and all that sort of stuff. I think it's important that, play is a big part of education, being able to get out there and play amongst your peers and other kids, I think that's
beautifully said, CJ. I think you're spot on, yeah.
What it is, because I just love going to school just to play, hang out with the mates and play stuff during the break.
Play a bit of sport.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the best bit. Yeah. Yeah, so, and now, Derek.
There's marbles when I was a kid.
Marbles, yeah.
Sorry.
Holes all over the bloody one of the,
That's right.
with the old marbles and yeah, mate. So listen, now, how are you coping through this COVID stuff? I know you're still working and stuff, but
yeah, I had spot on today. I talked with the AAA Murray Country.
Oh yeah,
and one was observation is that people that are expected to actually cause a lot of traumatizing cake actually during the COVID restriction started others. And it's funny that when you're suffering with a condition, then you see other people suffering with the condition, been with it for long, you can start helping other people and yourself. And I think that's the true thing about healing is that too many times that we are more focused, that there's good information, and the healing really takes place when you're actually got something yourself and you're helping someone else with the same condition or you've been through it before. I think there's a big avenue in medicine now that they're starting to realise that someone has had that as experiences, and someone that is engaged in the positive encounter. And in other words, what I mean by that provides them hope that, I'm going through this, I'm getting through this, and we together are actually connecting. We can both get through this. And I think that while COVID is, social distancing and putting us apart, I think we're finding other ways to actually join together and connecting. I mean, just like this forum you guys have is fantastic. We become isolated in our own homes every night before even COVID. That it's 20 years and we haven't seen a brother for 20 years.
Yeah.
But here is a platform that I just heard Julie. I haven't heard Julie for years. These are the platforms that actually get us together and to share and what you're up to, instead of it being at funerals where you're in that conflict of saying, I want to catch up with them and be happy, but at the same time I'm mourning. So I can't. I've got to mourn, and then they're gone already. I can't catch up with them. So I think really connection is actually what brings strength.
So true, brother. I just want to touch on a couple of points there. The first one you said about now, maybe people are starting to wake up that, like if you have been through something, like a mental illness or whatever it may be, that you can then go on to then help others with that, because you've got that whole idea about how that illness or whatever goes, you know what I mean? So you can actually put a lot more heart and soul into it, I suppose, because you know what they're actually going through. And the other thing that I wanted to touch on too, that I totally agree with you 100%, is that we need to be celebrating what we're doing well, because we hear about all the negative stuff that goes on in communities. But, we need to be celebrating, because there's good little projects, there's good little things that are going on in our communities, but no one gets to hear about them because, no one knows about them. So that's where we need to be patting each other on the back and saying, well done, or even patting ourselves on the back and saying, geez, I did all right today, instead of saying, oh, you're a dickhead to yourself or whatever, So we need to be celebrating what we're actually doing well. So, yeah. So I agree with you totally with what you were just saying. I just wanted to touch on those couple of points, brother. Well done.
And what you just said is, you hit the nail on the head, is that we are brought together by a single thing that connects us. And so when I used to run programs, I was employed this back in the 90s with deaths in custody. And so they forced me to do anger management and drug and alcohol. And what I found is that, I was only supposed to be looking at Indigenous guys that were locked up. But the brothers, they'd come, they'd say, look, he might be a Fijian fellow, he might be, Papua New Guinean or Samoan or a white guy. And they said, can my brother come with us? And I said, well, is he my brother? I said, yeah, my brother. And so I was getting in trouble because these fellows were bringing their brothers to the education system. I said to them, you don't know our culture. If he says he's his brother, I can't dispute that. Because I said, no, come, guess what? He's not going to come because I disrespected him to say he's his brother. And them fellas might have grown up together, or they made something really common and they've gone through a hardship together that support each other. So we've got to stop looking at that way. Someone comes to the table, especially now, and says, look, this is my brother or this is my sister. We don't do that. We don't exclude that person.
And brother, isn't that about showing leadership? Not only in our own mobs, but in the wider communities as well. So, I mean, you're spot on. I mean, it's got to be applauded for showing that initiative and bringing people together. That's what it's about.
And also, I think that's respect, isn't it? Like you've got respect for this fella. You've got respect for this person, even though he might not be same skin colour or nationality. You know him, he's a mate, and that's it. He's one of my brothers. That type of
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think that's important.
Yeah, you bring him home. Sorry. Home and get a feed, and You show them what we're proud of and our culture, and and a lot of them fellas would love to come home with us, and they say, look, our home's not like this, fellas. You got we a crowd, but there's this love and vibrancy. There's so much dynamics, and then these fellas want that culture in their lives.
Yeah.
And we're sorry.
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things, I suppose, of growing up for me was, being able to go to my auntie's place, and the door was always open for anyone that come along, anyone that was there that we brought along, or other fellas brought along. They were always welcome because there was always food there, and there was always warmth, and conversation, and it was really, really nice environment. We kind of, we didn't exclude anyone. If they turned up drunk, well, we'd look after them and make sure that they're safe and whatever, till they, gave them coffee and fed them up, got them good again. So it's interesting, isn't it? Just brings back those memories, of growing up as a kid.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
An uncle reminded me of that. He's just going through that, the legal stuff, a bit safe for the way he treated orphans and stuff. And he said when they came in the orphanage, they went back to the mish. This is in Uralla. He was saying that his white mates would come over on the weekend and stay with him. And white people allowed in the mish those days, but the kids loved, the white kids loved going on the mish because of the things, of the vibrancy of our family, of our culture, of the elders teaching kids, whereas they weren't getting that back in their own home. And so they were fighting, they were flouting rules just because they felt comfortable with our people. And our people didn't say, no, get back, you're against the law for coming here. Our people welcomed them in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, Uncle really taught me, reminded me of that togetherness, and that, that while missions might have been hard, but we did have that togetherness. I think we're more fragmented these days.
Absolutely. Yeah. Only time they never had bully beef, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Certainly right.
Got a couple more people to give a shout out to there, CJ.
Yeah, I think one of your mates up there in Townsville, he said, next time you come up, JB, to Townsville, I'll win all your marbles off me. Marble king, you reckon?
That's Patrick Wayne, eh? Good on you, Wayne.
And we'll have to do a marble champion.
Yeah, we will. Well, we've been, since we started, we actually been challenged. We were challenged to a game of touch, weren't we, CJ? Maybe get a game of touch going up. So now it might be the marbles, might be more appropriate.
Well, I was going to say it might have been you playing touch, mate, because I'm not running around chasing footballs anymore.
I think that's what you said too, brother.
Marbles are yeah, and got to teach them kids how to play marbles. They throw them there, don't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
Marbles and knuckles.
Knuckles,
that's it.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jan reckons, and Lyndon Riley's watching. Hey, Lyndon, how are you?
Hey, brother Lyndon.
Mate, now, is that one of your rallies there? Elza?
Harley?
Yeah.
That's my nephew, Harley, watching.
Yeah, love it, Unks. Good on you, mate. And Jan reckons, Jan from over in Wales reckons that resilience grows from building those new supportive relationships in the groups you are bringing together. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Jan.
Yes. Taylor Motter watching as well. G'day, Taylor. Paul McNeil down in Melbourne. So, yeah, just shout out to all you people. Beautiful. Thank you for watching in.
Yeah. We kind of have a bit of a wrap up of the weekend, Jack, JB, don't we?
We do. I'm just laughing at Patrick Wayne. He's still going about the marbles. So
yes, sorry, I saw that when you were talking there, and I saw that I started laughing. I said, "Oh,
yeah." Yeah, sorry, brother. Go ahead. I was just laughing at that.
So, how was the weekend for everyone? What did you
go,
Derek?
My weekend's been very busy with kids and engagements, and we haven't got some people that are not too well, so we go to the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I just up to the hospital, visit a relative.
family, not well.
No,
Yeah,
not
well,
well.
yeah, well,
Not good. Sorry to hear, brother.
now
And send a bit of love and healing to all those people that are unwell as well. So
yeah,
sorry to hear that, brother.
doing it
Thanks,
tough, I
John.
suppose.
Thanks, DJ.
Yeah. No, I didn't get up too much except a bit of work, I think. What else happened? Oh, that's right. I was getting all the stuff for this cake. Now look at this.
CJ, I just want to hear about this adventure to go and get the ingredients for the cake.
Oh yeah, I think I went about 3 o'clock. Didn't get home till 6. So it was. Look, I was committed, mate. I was not coming without all the ingredients, and anyway, might have got too much stuff. Anyway.
I tell you what, though, brother, that shows a lot of resilience and it shows a lot of leadership as well.
No, mate. Yeah, just got to get out there and do it out in that big wide world of shopping centres and bloody all sorts of things. I ended up in Bunnings. I don't know what I was doing in Bunnings looking for. Wandering around Bunnings.
Oh God.
Yeah, but how about you, JB? What did you get up to, bud?
Not a great deal. We did a bit of cleaning up in the yard on Saturday. It was a beautiful day. Went for a bit of a run in the morning, so did I think 5Ks or something, and then come home and rested up. Watched my Blue Boys on the TV Saturday arvo. Carlton, yeah.
How did they go? Get a win?
We lost by a point, brother.
Oh, really? But bloody robbed, I'll tell you.
No, I don't think so. I think we were rubbish, brother. So I think we were lucky in the end, to be honest. And then Sunday it rained. It was really nice to have the rain and spend a bit of time inside and watch the movie or two. So yeah,
it was a bit of a bummer because we were going to go and have lunch somewhere, weren't we?
Yeah, we were actually. Yeah.
A bit wet. Yeah, I got a report that the mighty Manly Seagulls end up doing the Broncos over for those Broncos supporters out there. So it was.
You watch all the comments now, brother.
Yeah, I know there'll be lots. But yeah, no, it was a good win by my team. But they were pretty lucky actually. Broncos, all they had to do was knuckle down in that second half, and they would have won it. So but they didn't. But anyway, they played a lot better than they did the week before against the Roosters. Yeah, you followed rugby a bit, mate, Derek.
Oh, yeah, I'm a Broncos supporter, so I haven't been watching the Thursday night games because I just can't bear
it. Did you say go mate?
We've got Ashley Edwards watching as well. Ashley.
What's that, mate?
I said we've got Ashley Edwards watching as well. So g'day, Ashley.
G'day.
Now, fellas, what do we got lined up for the rest of the week? We'll go a few. Derek first.
Well, I've got 2 more days of work. Thursday, I've got a group. We're all going out to country and to connect. And then Friday, I'm going back down to Ballina. And then the weekend, I don't know. I think I need to probably go back to the country again with the family and just relax and look for some bush lemons.
Yeah.
Make sure you're looking after yourself, brother.
Yeah, that's right. Now,
Jack, thank you.
Now, Derek had a bit of a plan a little while ago. I remember we were going to take some young fellas up in your country there, mate, up near the waterfall. What do we do? We should try and organise that one day.
Why don't we?
Definitely.
That'd be really good to start those conversations about, like any sort of camp for our lads and our young ones. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic idea. I don't know if you know, Derek, with our organisation, Mibbenbar, we've over the years since 2005, we've actually had 10 national camps. So for our lads, coming together and just talking about concerns and issues and those sort of things. So we'd love to have those yarns about being able to, get some more lads together and just have those conversations. So
deadly. Yeah.
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 Yeah, Derek's got some on his country there. He's been promising to do that, so we might do something, Jack, one weekend when we start to open up a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up and have a look at it at least. And he's telling us there's some really nice spots up there. It's a bit of a walk to a waterfall, but good camping spot, eh, Derek?
We don't mind that though. We don't mind a bit of a walk and a bit of a hike.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the adventure-based therapy. So I'm looking at adventure-based therapy, which was an educational tool because I recognised back 50 years ago that kids weren't learning in the classroom. So they found out when they took them out and did it, the kids learned a lot. And so first I used it as an education, but over the years it's developed into mental health and resilience and helping people to overcome the traumas and stress. So I don't really touch the adventure-based therapy from an Indigenous perspective. So, I mean, adventure-based means you do high ropes, you go hiking, you go camping, canoeing, but really nine elements of our culture together do adventure-based. So that's the enterprise I'm doing at the moment. So we've got a few backers that are adventure therapists, and where we've got the land out near Boona, one of the adventure therapists is about a waterfall, and that they actually abseil right next to this 60-foot waterfall. And
wow.
where the land is, there's a traditional men's to boys walking track. So there was initiation, and then actually they went for the walk first, and then so this men's to boys track that goes over. There's along New South Wales Queensland border.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Look at doing those a lot of the inches again.
Yeah,
So,
work.
You can
fantastic, brother. The work that you do is just amazing and so beneficial for all our mobs, brother. So I congratulate on that. So just amazing stuff. So we'd love to, if we can get together and CJ and I help in any way, we'd love to, and Mibbenbar as well. So yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, that'd be deadly. Thank you.
Yeah, no, mate. You're
It's
doing
all
some
about
great
connection.
work. Yeah, connection, mate. That's it. Yeah, and that education stuff's important, really. And I remember when we went up to Lawn Hill there, Riversley, and the connection them kids got. They're not from that country, but they felt it, didn't they?
absolutely, yeah.
It might not be their country, but they actually felt it.
A beautiful spot there, CJ.
Oh, lovely. Wanya Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek was up with it. Yeah. And you've done a bit of work with
people too.
Oh, lovely people, mate. Yeah.
I used to work for the Wani Aboriginal Corporation, so beautiful, sensational people. So
absolutely,
love the work there.
But keep up the good work, mate. We're going to get back to you, and we'll catch up soon. No doubt. But be interested to see what we can do together, I guess, and especially around that country of yours. And we're always looking for new experiences, Jack, isn't it? Even new places.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're not really new places. They're old places that we've never seen before.
That's right.
Oh, it's about that healing and about that learning that we get from each other. And what better way to do it than like on someone else's country and be able to hear the stories from those people as well. So look, I think it's just fantastic. So.
Yeah. Look, we've got a couple other people just saying a couple of things there. I think it's who's that there? Patrick Wayne.
He's still going.
Yeah, he's still going good. And you laugh up big. Jan Hogan said, Jan Hogan's talking about the rugby over there and how the Welshmen are happy watching live New Zealand rugby for the first time since the lockdown. They're back in stadiums again. Patrick Wayne, he said, I'm stirring trouble over the Robert Towns statue here in Townsville. So, the protests around those people that are, involved in slavery and stuff, that's stolen wages, do it.
Yeah.
And then Blake said, any plans on popping up here? We're our neck of the woods. So I know whether Blake's still in Mount Isa or he's back up near Yarrabah there. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to do some more work up there. So beautiful spot, both of them.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much.
Normanton too, Charlie.
Hey?
I think Normanton, we'd go up there too. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
And I thank you, brother. It's been an absolute pleasure, and mate, the work that you're doing, and the knowledge that you've given the people tonight has been absolutely fantastic, brother. So I applaud you. So you and your work. So thank you.
Very inspiring, brother, as always.
Thank
you know,
you.
and Aboriginal psychiatrist, brother. You know, it's you don't get too many of them around the place. I don't believe, Derek.
No.
We're smart people, you know that. We're really smart.
You've got to encourage more young blokes to get in.
I'll sign around the whole. Thank you. Bye now.
All right, see you, mate. Yeah.
All right, yeah. No, that was absolutely sensational, brother. Well done on getting Derek on. So yeah, I applaud you too, brother. So well done.
He had a couple of little technical issues, but he's got his message through, and it was really interesting.
Yeah.
You know, he's always, sitting down with him and having a yarn is always good to, hear some of the things that, his views on things. And, if only everyone could listen,
Yeah, brilliant, brother, brilliant. Yeah, look, as I said, I applaud, and fantastic. And the work that he's doing is amazing stuff. So, well done.
All right, well, we're back on Friday. Week on 4:30. So, guys, if you don't forget, tune in. What was that?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel too, CJ.
Yeah, get onto our YouTube channel. You'll see all the past lives we've done with our guests. We're certainly keen, if you're keen, to come on. We'd love to have a chat with you fellas who are watching it right at the moment. We might even get Jan on if she can wake up early enough to have a chat. And the internet's better than it was out at Ipswich today. So
it was a little bit ordinary, but
we could probably.
But as you said, it was some really good knowledge there, given to us by Derek. So yeah,
absolutely, Well,
all right, brother.
Have a great week, mate. Have a great week, Jamie.
I'm sure I'll catch up with you. I might even get a piece of that sponge.
Yeah, mate. You better come soon. I think it's it's I don't know. I might have to go and grab a coffee now or whatever,
Yeah.
Before I go to bed. No,
all right, brother. Good work. Love your work, brother.
All right, guys.
See you all. See you all next time. See you Friday. 4:30. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.